Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Once again, we are back with another wonderful person and a wonderful nature lover. That's what I think he wanted me to call him rather than a photographer. He is a photographer and he called himself an accidental photographer who got into photography from June 4th, 2020, and a gift of COVID, I can say. I mean, all these stories are from his side about him, how he got into photography. But he still feels that he is more of a nature lover rather than photographer. And he is I think leopards play a major role when it comes to he becoming a photographer or he becoming falling in love with nature. Anyway, whom I'm talking about today is Chinmaya, and let's talk to him and let's hear his stories from the wild, his experience, how he got into photography, his catching moments from the wild, everything from Chinmaya itself.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and good morning and good afternoon also because this is live from all over the world. So
Yeah. How are you?
uh, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I just know a little bit of about your story. So if you can start with how you got into this, especially, wildlife and photography. I know a little bit about it. So if you can start with that, that will be great.
Actually, I can call myself accidental photographer because I have zero interest in photography before coming to the wildlife. I just like wildlife before that, but I don't like to photography at all. I don't even take a single picture from a DSLR. Even I'm afraid of DSLR before that. So like when my friends ask me to take the picture from their DSLRs, I just afraid low I will can't take a good shot, a single good shot before that. But during the first COVID lockdown, one of my fellow Mohanish teach me some photography from his camera, and then I buy a camera. And Jhalana is just a nearby place to me, like 3-4 kilometer from my home. So I start visiting there. I love wildlife before that. I love the nature of the cats and all the birds also. But when I start watching them regularly, the major obsession from leopards began inside my mind, and I really feel leopard play a major role in my beginning of photography and what I'm going through now. Leopard is the major factor behind the wildlife photography for me especially.
That's great.
And after starting photography, I used to see other people like Nisha ma'am, you and Shah sir, and lot of different photographers, and want to learn from them, and also want to add on what I can add in my photography. So in beginning, I just don't know how to frame and all that. But for me, in beginning, like every photographer, just want to take a crisp shot. So in my initial 4 5 months, I just want to take the crisp shot. That's it. That's my photography. Then I start learning a bit and for editing, for compositions and different dimensions of the wildlife photography. And but for me, till now, the basic thing, the basic fundamental behind my photography is I want to express what I am clicking. From every shot, I like from a head on to a shot in a bushes. I want to express the feeling of the animal. That's my main motive till now for the photography. And leopard is my major obsession, and people who follow me from beginning know this, and I'm seriously obsessed with leopard. Even I go to Ranthambore, I am trying to spot a leopard. So it's
That's
kind of
great.
obsession from especially from leopards.
That's great. How about you starting to share some great stories from the wild?
First of all, I I can say this. It's a fortunate enough or called it a misfortune because the time I started my photography is actually when I started. There are lockdown after lockdown and after lockdown. So my parents and all the national park are closed at that time majorly for first 1.5 year they are majorly closed in India. So I'm not allowed to go there and do my photography. So the best and easiest option I got is Jhalana, because
Okay.
that's nearby my home and
Mm-hmm.
nearby my place. So in my initial days, for around 7 to 8 months, I do only safari in Jhalana. Around I do 100, 150 safari. Like every week I go to for 4 to 5 times, and now I going to 8 to 10 times. At that time I go to 4 to 5 times. So
Okay.
it's like that. It's a kind of build up from leopard by leopard by leopard, and I get taking interest in their lives also. Like if you uh, heard about a story which you don't know before that, then you come into the story in the middle of that story kind of, and then you see the whole story through your eyes and feel it. So that's a experience, like I'm watching a webisodes of the wildlife in Jhalana. Like there is a leopard, the mother of leopard, then she gave birth to the leopard. So the all the story make a connection, and after that I become so obsessed with leopard. The first place I go after lockdown is Jawai, and that's also for leopard.
Okay.
And even till now I used to do safari in the zones where the chances of leopard sighting are high. Even in Ranthambore I used to take some 6 7 zones sometime just to spot a chance of leopard.
Great.
So this is a kind of bit, I'm biased for leopards, but yes I am.
Yeah, I mean, we all have choices in our life. So,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
about you
yes.
sharing some of your images?
I can wait a bit.
And as we all say, every image will have some stories behind that. So, if you can
Yeah,
share
sure,
some
sure, sure.
images with some stories, so we can relate it and kind of try to see what you see.
I'm starting with the first shot, and it's of the queen of the Jhalana, known as
Okay.
Flora. This one is
Okay.
photograph of Flora, and I'm also telling you a story of the Flora. Is actually Flora is one of the boldest female out there, and
Mm-hmm.
Flora is very prestigious for Jhalana because the all the cubs of Flora.
Can you make it full screen, please, if possible?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Mm, yeah, I think yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Flora is quite a bold leopard, and also the cub of Flora give a lot of sighting. Well, start from the beginning. Flora give birth to the three cubs known as Prince, Katrina, and Jalebi, and all the litters of Flora give the significantly good sighting of compared to other leopards.
Mm-hmm.
So Flora is a quite a iconic, and people just come to know that this is Flora's Cup because of the bold sighting. Like right now, even right now,
Yeah.
Simba, one of the Flora last litters, he is giving
Mm-hmm.
significantly good sighting. So Flora is quite iconic in both the way because she cover the major area of the tourism zone also, and the
Okay.
cubs of the Flora give good sighting.
Okay.
And this one is Bahadur. Right now, he is the king of Jhalana.
Uh-huh.
He's quite a bulky male, and he used to roam in all the territory, all the zones. He's the one of the like one who mate with all the female leopards.
Okay.
So he is the one of the strongest out here. So it's just an introduction to the king and queen, and one of the boldest one and really popular one right now is the Rana. Very very popular. And the great thing about here, if you look closely, there is a sign of Om.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
You will to see it a sign of Om in the forehead of the Rana.
Kind of. When you say that, I see more of a U in the forehead.
Let me show you some other pic of Rana. This one. No, no, this one, this one. Yeah, in this one, if you look closely,
Mm-hmm.
This area.
Yeah,
This is
that
kind
area.
of
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's one of the boldest out here, and he is the right now he is the showstopper. So everyone is behind Rana right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there are around 35 to 40 leopards, and including cubs, I think there are 43, 44 leopards out here.
Uh-huh.
And in the tourism zone, the movement of leopards is around 12 to 14 leopards are quite significant movement in the tourism zone.
Okay.
And not many people know about this, but actually Jhalana is just a connection of a corridor. Jhalana is
Okay.
a sanctuary, like a 23 square kilometer sanctuary, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a corridor from Sariska. The whole
Okay.
range of the Aravali is connecting from Sariska. Like if you go from there are a lot of different places like in between this corridor they were leopard used to live.
Okay.
And out of that a corridor the Jhalana is set up like okay, this is a territory of leopard, different leopard, and they set up and make it a park in 2016.
Okay.
So Jhalana is kind of a corridor, major corridor where, and there are a lot of big corridors like this only. And right now government is working on another sanctuary just close to Jhalana,
Mm-hmm.
Amagad.
Okay.
That place is known as Amagad,
Mm-hmm.
and they are working on those corridor and passages
Mm-hmm.
to bring more connection from Sariska to Jhalana.
Great. Great. So how many leopards have you sighted so far in this two
Uh,
years, 1.5 years that
I
you are there?
sighted around more than in Jhalana, if you are asking, I've sighted around 37 leopards, and I can't. Some leopards I saw outside the park also. I can't mention them, but yeah,
Okay, but I've never been to Jhalana, and if you are referring to most of the other parks around the world these days, every known, I mean, every hero and heroine got and some of them got names. So, how do you identify these
right.
characters?
This, yeah, actually, everyone know about the roselet pattern, but that's very, very unique here. Actually, the
Mhm.
unique about them, the every leopard got the name. Every.
Okay.
That's very rare because I don't think every leopard got the name in any of the park except Jawai
No.
and Jhalana,
Uh huh.
because they are apex predator here. So the chances of sighting is also good in compared to the centuries where tiger lives.
Okay.
So everyone got the different identity. Like I'll start with Flora. There is a cut
Okay.
in the ear, and there is a flower mark behind the one of the ear. That's why
Okay.
she got the name Flora.
Okay. Interesting.
And I show you one of the most interesting name, and this
Mm-hmm.
one is Nathwali. Actually, if you heard about Nath, what is Nath? Is a nose earring
Okay.
used to be
Yeah, I
worn
can
by
see
Rajasthani
that.
females. Yeah, yeah, you hear that? Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, there is a sign of Nath. If you look closely,
Yeah,
there
it
is a
is.
sign of Nath
Yes.
on the nose of Nathwali. So she
Yeah.
got the name Nathwali.
Oh, great.
Just like Jalebi got a Jalebi kind of mark on the forehead. That's why Jalebi. So a lot of some got the name because of some specific identities. Some got the name because of some areas like Lala Kund female. Lala Kund is a water point here. So
Uh-huh.
she got the name because she mostly sighted near that water point and near the hill. So that's why. And one leopard name is Khanwali. Actually,
Okay.
she live in mining area. That
Mm-hmm.
area is used for mining before the
Mm-hmm.
forest setup, and the
Okay.
mine is called Khan in Hindi.
Oh, okay.
That's why she got the name Mrs. Khan or Khanwali.
Oh.
And this
Okay.
one is Khanwali. This
Oh.
shot is actually she is coming back to the mines after a night prowl, and that was
Okay.
so the cloud and
Yeah,
entering
it's
of Mrs.
beautiful.
Khan.
That's great. Interesting.
And
But
very
yeah,
this place.
mm-hmm.
This place is very short. Like in 23 square kilometer, there are around 35 40 leopards.
Okay.
So the sighting chance are quite higher in compared to any other park in India. I can
Mm-hmm.
compare it to with India. Surely the sighting of leopard is quite higher in compared to any other park because of two reasons. Because they are apex predator here, and
Mm-hmm.
the territory are quite small in compared to other areas.
No conflicts. Have you witnessed any territorial fights?
Uh, Leopard used to come in the urban areas sometimes. Recently, an incident happened. Leopard just come in the city, and
Mm-hmm.
it's quite nearby my house, around half an kilometer. And
Mm-hmm.
he ran away on the roofs of the houses and all that. But
Oh my God.
he don't injured anyone, and so hopefully no one is injured, so that's a great thing. But that story is very different. If you look at that story, that leopard is one of the like shyest leopard, one of the shyest,
Yes,
because the
indeed.
regular visitor from Jhalana, like from
Mm-hmm.
those who are coming from 4 or 5 years, never sighted that leopard. That leopard name is Sultan.
Okay.
Even I sighted that leopard in
Mm-hmm.
my 331st safari.
Oh, okay.
331st safari, and that
Okay.
was the last leopard that is in tourism zone, and I never photograph it. So I just used to say to driver, if you give me just at least sight Sultan once for me, I will give you whatever amount you want.
So the
Bec-
331st day was a good day for your driver.
yeah, yeah. And that day, before in my 259 safari, I even photograph all of the leopards that are in tourism zone. So
Okay.
it take around 72 more safari
Mm-hmm.
to spot Sultan,
Okay.
and 331 safari from the beginning. And that was very funny case that day. One of a photographer from Jawai is with my is on my tour, and we already spotted two leopards, and we get good shot of them. So we are a bit of relaxed and all that. And then later on, one of the candidate who come with that photographer just spot he's there is a leopard in the grass. I think, man, let me check, and I check that. I click that, and I come to home because we are super excited. We got great shot that day,
Yeah.
so I don't check at that time. And that
Mhm.
time I come to home, and then I zoom in. And oh God, shit, man, this is Sultan. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm waiting for this moment of long time, long, long, long time. And at last I spot him, and this is crazy. I call the driver. That was Sultan, and that was crazy experience. And after that, in my 337 safari and 349 safari, I spotted him twice and got him on water point also.
That's great.
And
So, what is the character? How did you find it, this Sultan? And what is his character mark you spotted?
there is no character mark for Sultan. Actually, there are character mark for other leopards, but no character mark for Sultan. I don't know if there is. I don't know. I
How did you
actually
identify?
identify.
Yeah, that was
There
my
are a lot of leopard. I don't know the mark of them, but I identify because I saw them many times, and
uh
I can compare it with other leopard. Like there are four big leopards here: like Bahadur, Rambo, Sultan, and Bagheera.
hmm.
So I identify all three, so I can identify Sultan.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, how
Uh,
do you remember all these names? For me, if you ask me my name after some time, I may forget. How do you manage to keep this 37 names?
Actually, I already done around 489 safari, including half day and full days also. So
Okay.
it's a kind of family to me right now. I'm just if even I don't go to the Jhalana, I talk to drivers or someone taking the update regularly about what's sighted today, what's the happening today. It's a it's a connection between me and leopards there. So even I'm on the tour of Ranthambore on Jhalana, oh sorry, Jawai or Bandhavgarh, I take the proper update of all my family members.
Great. Great.
So, and the Sultan story is bit of ended up in disappointment because at morning I got a mobile shot. One of my followers sent me there is a leopard in Malvinagar area, and I try to identify it, but I can't able to identify it because that was very far and just like a very shaky image, early morning image, and that of mobile camera. So I was thinking that if you ask me, out of 40 leopards, if you give me a sequence, which leopard is this, I will put Sultan on 40.
Okay.
And even in my dreams, I don't even think Sultan goes out because he is super shy. People who are coming here do thousand safari, never able to spot Sultan.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a when someone told me that's was Sultan, they identified and got some clear photos. I'm really in shock. I'm in shock. Really, this was just unexpected for me. I don't even think that was Sultan because he was too shy. Really, a hard leopard to crack. In my tracking, he is one of the hardest leopard to crack, and he just roam in a city for around 8 hours. Morning 5, I think they get the first glimpse of the leopard in the Malvinagar and
Mm-hmm.
rescue around him in 2 noon. He
Okay.
ran like crazy, and I can't even tell you the whole scene. There are a lot of things going on there, and people are chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai when they rescue him. I think it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah,
I don't know.
unfortunately, that happens a lot, like, mainly with leopards and the human-animal
Tigers.
conflict.
Yeah,
I never.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Please continue. Please
Oh,
continue.
no, no. I said, I mean, I thought Jalana is one place where you can see people living, and like Pune, people live together with leopard, and there is no much conflict
Yeah, yeah,
happening.
surely, surely. And in 8 hours, he don't give a single scratch to anyone.
That's good.
Imagine he is running like crazy. I am getting the video constantly, and I'm like,
That's
this
sad.
is yeah, that is really sad and disturbing for me. That's very close to my house. Driver are calling me, come, you can come, you are allowed because many forest officials also know me because I'm
Mm-hmm.
regular there. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to see it. I
That's
feel
hard.
bit of disappointment that day.
Happens.
Yes.
Yeah, our idea is to spread awareness among people so that people will understand the importance of each species. I mean, every species in this planet Earth, and
Yeah,
they will
surely,
do
surely.
their best to protect them.
At the end, we need to understand the value of every living thing. That's really
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
I'm I'm show you one of the recent story. It's around I think in December, I guess December
Uh-huh.
maybe. Huh? And this is one of the iconic story. And I start with a slideshow and
Okay.
slowly building the story with the
Okay.
videos and the pictures. The light is
Okay.
not good at that time, but the story is quite an iconic story. I
Okay.
start with the story. We got a call from other driver that there is a male leopard, Simba, is
Okay.
nearby some area, and this is
Mm-hmm.
that photo. A light is
Mm-hmm.
quite down and very bushy. So we spotted this leopard in roaming nearby a tree, and he constantly
Okay.
roaming for 2 3 minutes, and then he start smelling, taking the scent of this some female. We don't know about this, but he's taking
Mm-hmm.
scent from the trees and the grass and all that. And
Okay.
later on, he just staring at the top of the tree. We can't able to see that tree because of a lot
Uh-huh.
of bushes and there no visibility there. And
Uh-huh.
then he climbed the tree. We listened to the roar and kind of roar or like a helping kind of roar. You what do you call it?
Yeah. Okay.
There is a cub.
Calling.
There is a cub around 5 months, 6 month cub, and
Okay.
this is one of the iconic encounter because when the cub starts shouting and growling, the mother of the cub is there. No one is there around 10 or 11 vehicles there. No one is
Mm-hmm.
spotted. The mother is there also. And
Okay.
when the cub starts shouting and growling for the help, the mothers
Okay.
come and just that's what. And the next slide is the mother reaction on this whole scenario. And
Okay.
just look at this. If you zoom in a bit,
Yeah.
the anger, the
Yeah.
first shot,
Yeah.
this one is Jalebi,
Okay.
the mother of that cub, and
Uh-huh.
she ran like crazy. If you see this, she just ran like crazy at
Okay.
that time. Yeah, very furiously she ran to the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and then the male leopard Simba just come
Mm-hmm.
on down to the tree,
Mm-hmm.
And the first encounter, I show you the first photograph. This is that photograph. This is that
Oh,
photograph.
okay.
Very bushy there. This one is
Mm-hmm.
female and that one is male.
Okay.
So they are stalking each other, and then I'm showing you a video of the fight. And
Uh-huh.
Jalebi is half of the size of the Simba,
Yeah.
because
Male and female.
yeah, yeah, male and female. And this is the first footage.
Oh.
फीमेल है फीमेल
Yeah.
This is like a motherhood at its best. It's unbelievable. And that, like, they are around fighted, and she keeps shouting, like in other videos, she keeps shouting and like to distract the male leopard. Like, if you see, continuously she growling on that male one. So it's a, and, and this one is my favorite leopard in Jhalana also,
Okay.
Jalebi.
Jalebi. Okay.
So I'm like, don't kill my cub, don't kill my cub. So, and I, and the thing is, I never saw that cub
Uh-huh.
before that. I never
Okay.
saw in the whole scene. We never saw the cub. We just
Uh-huh.
only listened to that growl and that helping call or something, and we never saw that cub that day. And
Oh.
that safari and in total suspense is kind of, we don't know she survive or not, she's a male or a female, we don't know anything about that cub. And the end of that safari, this is the last video of that safari, if you see, uh, uh, the male want to come again to that tree, and
Okay.
the female is guarding that tree, kind of, like,
Oh, okay.
there's one is female.
Oh, okay.
I can't able to get the proper footage because of lot of bushes.
Yeah.
So this is the last scene that day, and they just sit, and the safari ends.
Oh,
And
okay.
next day, I try to take the update from the forest official also, and try to get if someone will cite him again or her again. We don't know about anything, anything, anything. For next 7 days, no update by forest officials, no cited by any of driver or any other photographer or someone who cited him again.
Mhm.
So I'm like, she survived or not. And then in one of my half day, exactly after 8 day, this happened on 22 December
Mhm.
2021, and on my
Mhm.
half day on 30 December, I guess.
Mhm.
Actually, we spot the cub,
Oh,
and that
that's
was
great.
that photograph.
Oh, that's a
That,
beautiful one.
and we just like, we are like crazy, oh my god, but we don't know, this one is Jalebi cup, because we, out of all the photographer, we don't know, we are not sure about this.
Okay.
We are hoping this one is Jalebi cup because of the territory we spot her, but we are
Okay.
not sure. Then we saw her with the mother also.
Oh,
And
okay.
then look at this photo, this is one of my beautiful photographs. uh,
Yeah.
these are not processed one, I just want to
Yeah.
keep it as real as I get, because this is one
Okay.
of my favorite stories. So I just don't want to edit it, just want to keep it real as it.
Okay. Got it.
So this one is the cub, and
Mhm.
we got a sighting of around 20 minutes.
That's
And
great.
we are so happy. And one of my friend, he is about to cry, because Rohin is about to cry that day. It's one of our emotional moment, and we
Okay.
are super happy that day. We can't even, this is my best half day, I can say. I do a lot of half day, and this
Okay.
is my best half day. And the great thing about this sighting is,
Mm-hmm.
we are honored to give the name to this leopard.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because of the rules of the state wildlife board of Jhalana or Rajasthan, if you
Mm-hmm.
spot a leopard here after the 3 month, when the roselet and all the signs on are properly developed, you get the chance to giving them name if you cited him and photograph him first.
Mm-hmm.
So these are one of the photograph, and we give the name. There are a lot of discussion about the name because there are n letter sign on the forehead. So one of
Oh,
the person suggesting give the name Nirja because she kind of survive and all that.
yeah.
So, but I want to give the name Imarti because Imarti is twice sweeter than jalebi. So I want to give name Imarti, and one is giving the chasni.
Okay.
So
So you get
finally,
decided?
yeah, we get decided, and finally she got the name Imarti.
Oh, great.
She is too curious and one of the cutest leopard. I really can't say which she is best.
Okay. I got your point. Yeah.
So this is one of those rare stories of the motherhood and the people come and enjoy the safari, like they spotted leopard, they got good shots, but the regular visitor and those who are attracted to the Jhalana are like me, and there are many other person also. They know like sighting, photographing them is a different thing, but these
Yeah.
stories are like something different which you can't experience in if you not connected with them. You can't like get the proper feel of this story. Like
Okay.
I'm enjoying this because I'm connected with jalebi, like Simba and all that. But
Yeah.
if you tell the stories to someone who are not connected, they think like, okay, a mother save her cup, that's common.
Yeah. I mean,
So
your personal experience add a lot of value when it comes to you. And when somebody is listening to your stories, of course, they will be able to see
yeah, yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
depth in the pictures.
And one of the story also from Ranthambore. This is also one of the one of the best encounter. And on
Hmm.
the top of the gate, the
Okay.
first spotting was on the top of the gate of Zone 6, and the driver is saying it's a tiger on the main gate. This was on the main gate. We are the
Oh,
first vehicle, and
okay.
we are arguing because this place is known for the tiger sighting. Both Jai
Uh-huh.
Viru, all the son of Ladli, used to sighted nearby these gates.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy just start shouting that sorry, tiger. I say the gap of the ears and all that. I know it's leopard and leopard. And and on the main gate of Ranthambore, it's if you see the whole video, you it's just
लेपर्ड
insane.
पे गेट में ये टाइगर देखता हमेशा लेपर्ड से रुकता है नहीं यार खड़े मत हो यार ये सुनो ये लो अब लेपर्ड से खेलों में रुकता ही नहीं कभी कभी खुले एरिया में वो मस्ती करता है आगे थोड़ी सी वेट करने फाइल लगा देंगे इसकी वो आगे तो टिकट आ गई थी
And even in the video, the driver is discussing if the tiger come here and away like crazy, he will kill the leopard and all that. And then she come in front of the main gate, and this.
Oh.
So when I upload this on my social media also. So people are
Mhm.
one of my follower also comment it's a law of attraction. Wherever you go, leopard will follow you.
That's true.
Sighting a sighting a leopard in Ranthambore is a very tough, and
Yeah.
and that on the top of the gate like this.
Yeah.
It's really a surprise for me also. We are not even expecting this.
Mm-hmm.
But and in my recent tour we also spot a leopard. So in my all the three tours we spotted leopard at least once, even in
That's
Ranthambore.
great. That's great. Interesting.
And one of my recent shot actually There are a lot of video. I watch whole of the videos from your YouTube channel also. There are a lot of people talk about composition, photography, light, rules of third in the low light photography and all that. This is one of those shot, like there is a statue
Second
of a
leopard.
leopard. No, that is a
Oh,
statue of the leopard, and the real one is crossing it. Like
oh.
if you saw them in real, no photograph and no statue can justify the beauty of this animal.
I mean, I really thought the one in the back was a leopard, so two leopards in a frame and in between a vehicle. Nice.
So, and actually, for last 18 months, I'm capturing them and seeing them. The key is no one know me before them. So I am giving this interview, or people are watching me because of them. So all of the credit, whatever success, whatever praise, whatever a like, a single like, goes to them only. I'm blessed to photograph them. They are beautiful, like crazy. One of the I'll show you another one. This one is a beautiful story. This one.
Okay.
Actually, the Rana was quite like around 1 year or one very at that time he was not that bold as he is now,
Mm-hmm.
and he is eating a meal guy in bushes. So
Okay.
he's not aware that our vehicle comes so close that he becomes so like a frightened or something, or I don't know, that he take a leg piece out of the Nil guy. He just sat on a rock and just hold it like this. If you see, he's holding this one
Okay.
like this. If you
Yeah.
see closely, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a child is like if you want to steal a chocolate or a toffee or a something,
Yeah.
he will just go and it's a kind of feeling. For
Mm.
other photographer, this is a good shot or something. But what the story, what I feel at that time is this: like there is a child inside them, and this
Yeah.
is also a story which people just see the photograph, like it, share it, or comment it. It's a beautiful photograph, rare shot, or something. But the story and the idea of this photograph is feel by the photographer, or maybe who want to feel it.
Yeah. Got it. Nice. Interesting.
And then after learning a little bit of photography, and like it's an endless process, then I start putting something in my editing also, and try to create something artistic, something different. And there are some story in editing too. I try to add on story through my editing also. Like this one, this is a head on of the flora. And
Mm-hmm.
actually there are 4 to 5 photographer at that time. We got the good head on, good light, and later on they posted the same shot, and then I like the shot a lot and I want to post it, and I do all the post processing of the shot, but I feel it's same. I need to do something different. What I can do? So I delete all the edits and create this one. It's an accidental edit. I can't edit it again if you want me to do it again. But I
Okay.
like the shot a bit because the reflection I created at the time, like the queen is like darkness and all that illusion, because she is super intelligent leopard. She is the one who get super smart.
Okay.
We know all the tracking pattern of her because we cited her regularly, like every week
Mm-hmm.
we got the 2 3 good sighting of her. Still she managed to con us sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a kind of edit I do in some artistic manner. And then one of my favorite artistic edit, criticized by a lot of the people, and this one is my most liked and most criticized photo of all time.
Okay.
Actually, people don't read the caption; they just see the photograph. It's a Photoshop, and
Yeah.
then dislike it or maybe like it. Actually, the butterfly here play the
Yeah.
role of dreams. Actually,
Okay.
this is a photograph of Simba coming back to the territory he used to live as a cub.
Okay.
So when he is a child, he roam like a freedom in his mother territory for flora, and
Mm-hmm.
no playing, running behind the squirrels, sleeping on the tracks and all that. But when he grow up, like he need to fight for the territory, need to get the female. One day he came back and
Mm-hmm.
just stalking this tree. He used to climb that tree. So I give the idea that this butterfly is a flashback of that memory. I wrote all that in caption, but people don't read it. Many people don't read it. Many people read it also. So it's a flashback. That butterfly is a flashback of Simba's dream to live a carefree and the freedomful life, but that all
Mm-hmm.
changes. Like in our childhood, we live, we want to become cricketer, pilot, or musician or anything, but after some, like after your age, not many people can follow their dreams and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a story of a dream and a dreamer. So it's a quite, I just love this photo. Whatever people say about this, I just love it,
Mm.
and one of my favorite photograph.
So the butterfly was something which you have added.
Yeah, butterfly I added, and I write that in my caption also. The butterfly used here is photoshopped,
Okay.
because the idea behind the butterfly is the dream of that leopard. He used to live a carefree life in his childhood. Like he used to, at the same tree, he used to run. He used to chasing the squirrel and all that. Live on, he used to sleep on the tracks just behind the water point. We spotted him many times. He is just like, the whole jungle is mine. I'm the king in just 1 year age. And he also got the blue eyes. This one got the blue eyes.
Okay.
I'm showing you a photograph of this leopard. You surely like it. This one.
Okay.
So, this one is a story of Simba, and I want to create that dream and illusion of the dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
Then this one is from Sariska. They're very rare shot for a leopard there, but got it finally.
Great. Great.
And this one is a shot from Jawai.
Okay.
Actually, we waited for around 2 hours. She sat on the top of the hill, around half an kilometer. So we waited whole of our time to
Mm-hmm.
just come closer to us. And when the moonlight starts,
Okay.
we waited. We asked our driver to give me extra 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes become 30 minutes. So, so that is short. That create the moonlight on that, and then the ghost and the moonlight, a beautiful relation of the
Mhm.
dim light and the ghost. This I used to. This light is created by me. That light.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to do editing if I want to do some add-on, or there is an idea behind that edit. I just don't want to look it look phony or something fake. I don't want to do it. If people read the caption properly, they get the idea behind that shot. But actually, this is a very fast people's, and they just like or dislike or comment. It's fake. So this
Yeah.
happens, but it's really, I just doing this, love to do this all this. I love to do these types of edit also, because it gave me new dimension to my photograph, and then there is a story behind the editing also. People don't need to understand everything that is the real is the reality, because if you want to create something that is not there, how can you create it? How can I create the dream of a leopard in that photo? So, if you want to add new dimension to a photograph or a storytelling, I think editing is a good tool.
Okay. Great.
Uh, and this one is a chasing a sunlight. This one is Neelam's cup, and
Mm-hmm.
we are. At, this photo is really not a great photo in terms of clarity or crispness, but the time I clicking this picture, I know how I gonna edit this, because she is climbing the rock and the sunlight is coming. So at that time, I added in my mind that if I gonna edit this, I gonna edit it like this only. So this
Okay.
is something I got from the field, and that's a very happy feeling. I rarely got shot like these, that the sunlight is coming and she's chasing the sunlight, and the sunlight is chasing the leopard. Is a story of a light, and I like this. Uh, Barely we got shot like this. This is quite close to my heart because I just clap for myself for a shot like this. Mm, There are also one thing I really noticed after visiting Ranthambore, Bandhavgarh. People are more fascinated about tiger, and that's absolutely the great thing. But the guide and driver there are also fascinated for tigers. They don't even actually the tracking of leopard and tiger is quite different. Like in Jhalana, I learned something that is not common in other parks. Like we are working on small calls like squirrel, laughing, Franklin, and these
Mhm.
small birds used to give calls when
Okay.
the predator is nearby, and that's
Mhm.
not common. I
Okay.
visited some other parks and asked them there is a squirrel call and all that. Well, there is, they told me squirrel never call, or they don't give the validation of a
Okay.
squirrel call. So
Okay.
this is something which is different in Jhalana, and in Jawai the tracking style is totally different.
Okay.
In Jawai, there are no like call are very low there because they live in hills, they live in caves, and they used to track them through the help of local peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Like they ask the farmers, did leopard come to your farm late at night? So they are tracking like this only because there are no pugmark on hills. So you can't spot them through the hill like from pugmark. Animal are very less on the top of the hill, so the calls are very low there. So the help of local people there help them to track the leopard. So that's a
Mm.
bit of different in Jawai from other parks. And in Jhalana, the call of small animal matter a lot. Matter a lot. We do a lot of sighting because of the call of small animals. Even the like a Franklin is one of the, I think, give the 60-70% sighting. If the got a good Franklin call, you're surely gonna spot a leopard.
Oh,
But
great.
that is not validated in another forest also. I think the major target of them is tiger, maybe,
Yeah.
and that's absolutely right. People want to see the tiger,
Yes.
but actually that's why there's, in compare, I'm not comparing it with the Jhalana sighting or something, but in compare, if
Mm.
they not learn, they all already well learned, like they just need to understand the tracking of leopard and tiger is very different, I say.
Yeah.
Like in tiger you got call from langosh to samba to spotted deer and all the animals, but
Yeah.
for leopard, the leopard is very elusive. You all know about this, very
Yeah.
shy, elusive. So for leopards, the tracking style gonna be different, I think,
Yeah.
because for leopard tracking the small animals play a major role.
Yeah. Great.
And for,
And beautiful
yeah,
shot.
this one is a very hard shot, not because of the leopard. The gazelle, she is
Mm-hmm.
gazelle, and
Okay.
very shy. Only rarely people able to photograph her because very shy
Okay.
leopard.
Uh-huh.
So, and I'm showing you one of beautiful shot also. This one is of jalebi, and
Oh, wow.
this one is also one of my initial day photograph. Then I learned in composition and something different, want to add more dimension to my photography at that time. And this
Mm-hmm.
shot gave me a kick, like a kick. Okay,
Yeah.
I can, after this shot I got appreciated from good photographers who really understand, and like getting a good portrait head on, you get a lot of likes and I understand it completely. But
Mm.
those who are really got the good knowledge and about the depth of the photography, they like that shot. And then I start exploring more in photography, try to bring more dimension and more style in my photography. So this
Mm-hmm.
is one of the shot that the Nil guy is crossing and Jalebi is eating another Nil guy, and
Mm-hmm.
people are photographing the, actually leopard is on the kill. It's a joy to watch him eating like that. So but at that time, this is one of those shots where I bring my imagination and I just premeditate that, And
Mm-hmm.
then after the shot I get a lot of praise, and this is one of the kick I needed to improve my photography and adding new style in my photography. And one of my shot is uh, this. Yeah. Actually, this shot is quite a unique because this tree, because of this tree.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a tree that known as Palash tree, I think,
Mm-hmm.
that changes the color whole year. Like there are red flowers and orange flowers and yellow flowers. So I
Oh,
really want to photograph a leopard on this, and finally I get an opportunity to photograph. So it's a dream come true shot for me that day.
I wish you will get another one in red time as well as in yellow time.
Yeah, and yeah, I am trying to do, but it's really a tough job.
I know. I know. But the dreaming is the first part.
Yeah, and this is another notable shot. This one I got the eye of a leopard and a nose of Nilgai. The
What?
war of senses. The
Okay.
senses, like this is very like deep shot. If you look it closely, the nose and the eyes.
Yeah.
uh, like Nilga used to take the smell and like try to hide or something and become alert. And
Yeah.
at the same time, the leopard come and take her out of senses, and the eye and the nose. Like it's a war of the senses for both.
Nice.
So it's uh, another one I got on the rain, my favorite season. The sighting goes low at that time, but I loved it
Yeah.
because leopard on tree is just too good. And this one is a reflection of tail. I got a lot of shot on water points, but this one is quite unique and I like it because of the reflection. If you
Yeah.
see closely, yeah,
Yeah, I can see
this,
it.
yeah, yeah. So I like this one also. This one is of Rana, very bold male.
Yeah.
This one is of Nilka. This one is also a good shot because I got the shot mostly, and this is I like this shot because usually leopard used to drink water and just go away, and we got a head on our straight face shot. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to show the whole body like this area, then the bump on that area, and beautifully shown of the whole body.
Yeah.
And I like the shot because the leopard is just watching at us and show
Mhm.
offing his whole body at that time also.
Yeah.
So this one is quite a cruel shot, but
Yeah, that's nature.
and one in the rain. In the total rain, the Jhalana is turned into total green, and the lush green and the golden combination.
Yeah. That's
And
nice.
it's always a paradise for the photographers. I show you all my work, and there are a lot of work, but actually, I don't want to focus on that. I just focus on to just want to convey that if you feel connected with the photography, not connected only with the photography, connected with the animals, that give you a sheer pleasure. No one can match that pleasure. Like photographing them is a different thing, and connection is a different thing. uh, if you connect with them, you surely gonna love them more. Photographing is other thing. I always feel that.
That's true. The plus point of photography is when you take a picture, that is your story, and you will be able to share the same. You will be, when you're sharing it with others, and if at least a couple of people are able to get the same feel, at least something similar to that from that picture, that's when you make a difference. And if any of
This
your photos influence somebody to get more closer to nature, that's a blessing.
that's the, like every photo has the feel. People need to understand the feel, and all the newcomers and all the social media peoples, if someone is writing a caption, just read it. It's a humble request to all the viewers out there, because there are something that photograph can tell. There is story behind everything. Like if you are photographing a cub and a mother, and what you get is, oh, this pic is so cute, there is a cub and mom and all that. But if you read the story, you got imagining that what photographer feel at that time. So if photographer convey them, at least if the single viewer of them see what he want them to see, is, I think there's a major success for the photographers. I think personally feel this: if your photograph give a feeling of a reality to your viewers, that's the perfect definition for me, at least for me.
Yeah, great. That's nice. And I think we have a bunch of comments from the viewers. Ayush Vyas mentioned good vibes. Then Chaitanya Rawat mentioned amazing. Chinmay Sibin Nelson said hello.
Hello.
Clever policy mentioned interesting. Rukesh, hello Rukesh. Big fan of Rana Starboy from Nikhil Pal. And Shutter Up Sushmit. Hi Chinmay, good to see you here, buddy. See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Jayan Gupta mentioned show mating moments of Flora and Rana. Uh,
Till now, I don't able to get the good mating shot of them. We're surely working on this, but we will bring something huge. We are working for the huge male mating.
oh, that's
So I give them chance to click all the photographer. Okay, click the Flora and Rana mating. I will give you Bahadur and Chanda.
great. Chaitanya again mentioned this is a great story. Aravind mentioned the story of Imarti is surviving with a,
Yeah, that's a very. I done that tour with Arvind only. The fight sequence is witnessed by Arvind, but then he leave the tour after completing the tour, and
Mhm.
then we able to spot the cub. And I show him, look at this. We save her.
Yeah, I can
So
understand that feel. Awesome shot of chin by Shutter Up Sushmit. I saw my first leopard with, uh, I think, with you, Flora and
yes, yes.
Rana. Thanks, buddy. Then Dhruv Mittal, amazing shots made. Creative policy, creative. Then Lakshya mentioned Chinmaya Bhai and yes, SK. Amazing shots, but the stories are more interesting.
Actually, this is the
Beautiful
main thing.
shot. Beautiful shot. Then, yeah, these are the comments what we have received. So, as everybody mentioned, your stories definitely adds more value to your images. Yeah, even I don't have confession to some extent because even I don't, you know, uh, I'm not sure whether you have something open windows. Yeah, can you hear me now? I could hear
Yeah,
some
yeah,
echo.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it was beautiful. Your stories definitely add more value. The confusion which I was about to say is when it comes to reading, I'm not saying I skip all the stories, but yeah, 50% of the time I skip stories and see the picture. End of the day, we all are.
I'm not complaining about this, but actually the thing is, actually if you, there are a lot of people, they just said Rana Leopard Jhalana. That's it. That's their caption. And but if someone is putting around a lot of time to write that story, like if you witness something that is not regular, like a normal head on, if you take a like a head on arrowhead Ranthambore, that's it, the caption ends. But if someone is putting a lot of effort on writing this, if you really like to get the essence of that story, you will get when you read the caption. Like Shazang, like a lot of stories regarding the edits, like he added butterfly, moon to the Black Panther, and people are commenting whatever they want to comment. But the beauty of that caption add a lot on that photograph. I personally feel that I used to read a lot of captions, like how they cited. Some people like the write the experience of the sighting, that we are going in the jeep and we listen to the calls and all that, and that giving the idea of, okay, like this, that happened, that happened, that happened, and then, oh wow, the tiger. So that gave a image of a videography while reading the story and watching the picture.
Got your point. Great.
Yeah.
Amazing experiences. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think, yeah, we kind of I think I kind of read out all the messages. So thank you so much once again. It was a great experience. You took us to
Okay, thank you,
Jhalana
ma'am.
and show us.
Yeah, yeah, and really want you to come to Jhalana, and you surely
Wow.
gonna love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, ma'am.
I definitely do have plans for India, hopefully in a year or two. And the next visit, I mean,
Okay.
I haven't been to India for almost 3 years or 3.5 years now. So
Oh,
the first priority is going home and just be at home. Absolutely no other plan in my next visit. But yeah, I mean, maybe next year, or in a year or two, I'm planning to spend the 6 months in India specifically for photography. So I'll definitely get in touch with you and Jalana. And
surely,
getting
ma'am,
the
surely.
leopards in a rocky plain is always always a different feel, because spotting them and seeing that camo feel, them in that habitat, and the
Yeah, yeah,
spot
yeah.
spot them is amazingly different. I'm looking forward for that opportunity, and thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate it. So once again,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for getting time and giving all your interesting stories and how you started. And often people come on our platform is who are madly in love with photography, but we always love people who love nature or have some passion beyond photography. So that way you definitely stand out, and thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome.
And thank
Bye.
you. So that is from us, and you all guys. COVID is still around. People are going crazy across the world. So stay safe, do good. That's from Paws Trails and Team Paws Trails, and from thank you, Chinmay.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you,
All
all the
right
viewers
then.
also.
Thank you. That was Chinmay, and beautiful stories from Jhalana. And next one, I we have a plan to get hold of Hermes, because he's kind of skipping a lot of sessions these days, and he spent quite a long time in Mara in last year, after July till this time. So the plan is to he most likely he is going to share some of his shots, and focusing mainly on kill and hunt. So we'll keep you posted with the dates, and till then, stay safe, take care, bye bye.